Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another City Skyline experiment video where today we're going to be building or trying to build a fully functional city only using one-way roads. Which means we're very limited to actually what roads we could pick and choose from. Highway roads are going to be good. They're going to be quite a cool thing to get and use in the city. Standard roads, you know, one way. There's not a lot we get to choose from. And it's really going to cause some huge issues for the traffic flow. So I want to see if we can build a fully functional city, actually make it functional, turn a profit, just do everything that we want a normal city to do. But the only downside to this is we can only use one-way roads. Now, the only thing that's good about this is we can get away with doing certain type of things. We can use highways because they are one-way roads in a sense. You know, they have to go back and forth, but again, it's two different roads. We can use the roundabouts that I love to use, you know, because they go round a one-way road kind of style and system. But everything after that is then difficult. We have to make sure that we are making the traffic flow so smooth. We might have some ridiculous traffic issues in this experiment. So if you enjoy this experiment and you want to see more experiments like this in the future, then one, smash that like button down below, and two, let me know if you want to see any other type of ones in the future. If you've got any ideas, let me know in the comment section down below. So I think what I'm going to do then is I'm actually going to drop a couple of roundabouts down, and then we're going to build kind of the city off that. Or at least we're going to try. So let's go with this roundabout first. Now it comes with roads that are not one-way streets, so we have to get rid of those. So goodbye. And what we'll do is we'll create almost like a one-way system loop to kind of get us in and out of the area. So if I drop one here, one there, and one there. It will make so much sense in just a moment, but we're going to try something. What we're going to do is we're first going to build the infrastructure that goes through the whole of the city. And we do it like this because, you know, you can create that one-way system. I don't like how that one's not... It's not equally spaced. Let me try and get this one down a bit more. Right, we'll go there. If that's not centered or kind of spaced correctly, then it is what it is. It kind of isn't, but I suppose it's what angle you look at it. Yeah. Well, anyway, so you can come down. You can go around here, down to here, up to there, and to there to get out. Now, what that pretty much does, it creates this flow. It pretty much creates a larger version of a roundabout. But off each roundabout is when we create these individual areas and intertwine and connect them using all one-way roads. So that's going to be the way we kind of get this to go, or get it to kind of work. So... to begin with then, we'll kind of do our roads. So we do one here, of course, and then one going this way. These are all one-way roads. We can kind of get away with doing that. So when we do it on this side, up, and then push it back the other side. And then the same on this side as well. So all the way up. And boom, push it back. Nice. And then finally do it on this side, and then we'll connect all these roads up. So this is the easy part. Let's put it this way. This is the easy part to create this. The hard part is intertwining it and getting the traffic to filter out. But I'm thinking this could be the perfect way in which we filter traffic in and out of the area. So let's get this all hooked up then. So let's start with you to there. You to there. And we're going to have to do so much freaking lane management. It's going to be unreal how much we're going to have to do just to get the place to work. This whole area. It's going to be crazy. Right, let's get you up and over. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, we got this one here. I thought we'd done it all then for a second. Get you connected and hooked up. There we go. And we'll just get this side now done too. Okay, so don't worry about it being looking a little bit weird with the roads connecting. We'll sort that out a little bit later, but that is the main infrastructure running through the city. Or at least we hope it's going to be. So let's take a look at the roads then. We can't use any of these 4-lane roads because there's no one-way system within this. We can use the single roads, which we can be, you know, taking advantage of quite a bit. we've got the big 6-lane roads, which we can use to filter the traffic in. Now again, this is going to be the issue. It's because we use one of these to filter traffic off the roundabout. Traffic comes off. It can't go back onto it. That's what's going to be the difficult thing about this. So we kind of almost have to kind of create a one-way system on and off it, which can be quite difficult. So we'll go to the one with the grass. We won't go to the trees one. We'll play around with the grass one. It's a little bit cheaper because at the same time we got to try and make sure we turn a profit, or as much of a profit as we can. Now what we'll do is we can create off the roundabout a way to enter the areas, but to get back into the areas we can create a road that hooks up to the highway to kind of go off and around. I don't know how much of a good idea that's going to be, but I suppose we'll see. I suppose we will see. So let's get this one. Right, I could just simply do something like this coming off it. Nothing too crazy or chaotic. It's going to do the job, and we'll make it go in all directions, one off in each one. Now we don't have any snapping on. I don't know how important it would be to have this on, but let's bring that one out. Let's bring this one up as well. So that all comes off. Oh, that's really wonky. I now see the error of my ways. There we go. Right, great. So they're going to be the outlets from each roundabout, and then we need to create the inlets for each roundabout. So if I bring this up here, I'm just coming off it, but we got to reverse it in, and then we'll do the same on this side. So pick a center piece there, bring it up, flip it round, and this is how we get out the area. So I'm just trying to create what I think is going to be the most efficient way to keep the traffic flowing. So again, it looks crazy. It probably is. It's probably the worst idea I've ever thought about even doing. But there we go. So we got three outlets. Well, 3 inlets to the city, 4 outlets. Because it's going to be quite important to get rid of the traffic in the city. Right, I'm going to do some infrastructure work right now. Get a lot of the details of the roads added in, and then we'll see what we can come up with and how dysfunctional this is then going to be. So it looks like a weird, some kind of Aztec drawing or pattern or painting. It looks really, really weird, but now this is all one-way roads. If I bring up the one-way or the road system there, you can see all the arrows pointing in one direction or the other. And how often it is, if they come in, they disperse in every single way and just go all over the place right now. And pretty much all roads lead back to the big main road to filter them out to get out of here. It kind of does. I haven't done it all the way around just yet because I just want to see how well this is going to work before I continue. We got some water down. And we're going to need some like power. We got some power there, but like some power and some garbage removing stuff as well. So let's kind of go for the good one. And let's kind of place it. Let's just place it over here so it's kind of out of the way, but also, this is going to be interesting as well. It's like the services. How well are they going to get their vehicles around and stuff like that? We need some sewage. We got all the water down, but we're going to need some sewage. Kind of, what's the word for it? Sewage plants. I don't know what the correct word for it is, but there we go. We're going to get those in. And this will be our industrial area. So we'll zone this quickly now then, because this is going to cause a lot of traffic. So if I just drop a big chunk of it to begin with, and see what happens. We'll separate it with a little bit of commercial to be the buffer between the residential area. There we go. And then we'll just drop down a load of high density residential. It's going to cause a lot of traffic from the get-go. And what's going to be interesting is now how it's going to react and how is it going to treat it. Due to the fact that it's all one-way roads. You can only come in from a certain area. So it's going to be very, very interesting. It's going to be a while before the traffic comes anyway, so I'm going to place down a load of this residential. Make sure this place is booming with people before we continue. But the majority of it is they're going to come. We can actually create another highway cutting straight down if you want to get to this area, rather than coming down here to go around and get caught up by all the traffic of all the vehicles entering other ways. So let me pause it. What I'm going to do is turn this whole area here residential. It's going to be part of the fun of it. And we'll quickly do the highways now then. So this just creates an additional way to get in and out of the area. So I think this is quite a smart move to go with. So let's take that snapping off. There we go. There and there. Again, it's not beautiful, but it should technically do the job. Right, there's a lot of stuff now going on. It's going to need a lot of power. Wait for our kind of garbage incinerator, our garbage plant there, to start collecting, to start producing the power. Now, there's one garbage truck out at the moment. So he's got to do what he's got to do. So it'll be interesting to see then them bring them all in. So I don't know whether we should upgrade this to the chunkier roads, just to get the vehicles in and out. There we go, we can merge that a lot easier. So we can handle a higher traffic flow through the area. And do I sort out now the lanes? Or should we wait until we... I think we should wait until we can see where the traffic is being formed. That's not the greatest of bends. But hey-ho. I think we'll wait to see where the traffic gets formed around these areas before we start doing some lane dictation and stuff like that. This is... I thought this would... How is it getting the power? Are these... This is not even producing power. Okay, apparently... These here produce enough. Right, by the time we get some garbage back with this, we should be all good. We should be all good. Man, this is going to be a crazy little challenge, this is. Right, vehicles are now entering. It's going to be industrial first because that's what we zone first. And where they're choosing to go straight on, which is going to be fairly interesting. So hopefully the vehicles that go to the residential area use the first lane rather than the second one, so what these are doing now. And it should filter it in just nice. Only time will tell. I mean, they're having a few little issues of getting into the place. But we can sort that lanes out anyway in just a moment. Okay, so... I think we need to do it now then. Just to get the vehicles in. So basically, if we sort out the island here. And we say that this lane here cuts there. And this lane cuts in. And then everything with this, everything that we go back on now, we make these lanes dedicate and you can't merge. So you get into the correct lane before you even got to these areas, basically. Now, if we can do this all the way back up to the highways, they should enter in the correct lane, forcing more vehicles, should I say, to enter it, because we've upgraded to the 2-lane highway road. There we go. So the second one there. Is there none coming from this way? Really? So you predominantly see cars in the first lane and trucks and lorries and stuff like that in the second lane. And we'll do it up to here. So they should all be in a certain lane to begin with. I'm surprised no vehicles are coming from this side and over. That's very interesting. How it's all come from one side to begin with. But yeah, you can now see that they're entering in 2 lanes, depending on obviously on which way they want to go. Right, good stuff. Okay, so buildings are burning down. So it looks like we're going to need some fire protection and stuff like that. So let's get all this in. Replace. We want it on a road that kind of goes out into any direction. So it would probably be best if I place it, let's say here. Same with the police tower. And the hospital. So hopefully they do the job. Okay, vehicles are now coming from the other side. And let's tell these about the same lane kind of adjustments that they've got to do. So trucks coming from certain areas have to merge in certain ways. So there's not a lot we can do about that merger there because the way how we're setting this up. So that's going to be the downside to this. It really is going to be the downside to this. But we'll see how things go. Is it producing power? It's now producing power, so the city is semi-functional. How many garbage trucks does it have out on the streets? 51. So they should slowly tear through all of that. Let's, okay, so we've run out of money quite quickly. I only just realised how much money we've spent. So while we wait for us to get, ourselves to get extra money, we're going to place some crematoriums down eventually. But let's sort out all these lane issues that we're going to be having. So they seem to actually be handling it well. It's just the bulk of traffic. I think we have to wait for the bulk of traffic to get into the area before we can truly say, you know what, we got to have this lane go in this direction, and so on and so on. But this should handle it well. I think the thing I should do is turn off traffic lights where they appear. So I'm seeing some appear there. So let's go around turning off traffic lights. There we go. I think I added some in that one, didn't I? Mainly on the big 6-lane roads, we'll get rid of traffic lights, because that's where the traffic's flowing. And this will continue to make the traffic move on these one-way systems. It's weird to see where it adds in traffic lights and where it doesn't. It's like some roads it chooses and others it doesn't. It's really strange. That one there was a big one because that was stopping a lot of traffic. Right, I feel like that's good now then. It's funneling a lot of vehicles into the area. Should be funneling a lot. It's got rid of that one side, big backup. And this is a big backup over here of vehicles. So let's get all this right as well. So this goes into there, to there. Alright, let's get these lane dictations just right. And then we should have the traffic flowing in smoothly. So he says. So he says. Right, we got a little bit of money now then, so we can do some crematoriums. And again, we got to put them on outlet roads so they can go pick up the bodies a lot easier. So what's that like for coverage? It's not great, but it should do the job. We'll get one over on... Nah, okay, I won't get any more in. We'll just keep it like that and just see how things flow. What'll be interesting to see is when we start to get like export routes in. Like docks and stuff like that, where a lot of traffic is going to be going to and from that area. How does that deal with the traffic? But as of right now, you can see they come in and they're really using this diamond shape, so to speak. They really are taking advantage of it, which is good. So once the initial traffic has fully moved into the area, into the city, then we can really see what issues are occurring. So, okay, let's get some additional zoning down then. So let's get the paintbrush tool out. Let's get some more of this commercial down. I think what we'll do for the middle is do a big city park in the middle. So we can really start to entice a lot of the people to not use vehicles and to actually walk. I feel like that will be good. Right, let's get some additional roads down now then, because we've pretty much done all those areas that we've zoned. So let's do some more of this then. So vehicles come up to here. And I think, oh, let's get the snapping on. Move it over. Oh, move it over by 1. So start to bring this up. Snap it to there, and in you go. So that's kind of how you want to designate. You want to bring them in by 1 and then filter them out all the time. It's pretty much how you want it to work. Now on this side, we create early on that filter in road. But then every road after that filters them out. So you can see how it now works. And then we can connect these up if we wanted to. So one going that way. And then one going that way. Pushing that up and out. There we go. It's nice little intertwines. It really adds some definition. We'll get rid of all the traffic lights these have created. So there's just one there, there, and there. That'll funnel it all through beautifully, like butter. we can only hope it funnels it through like butter. Alright, how far can we take that to there to filter it back in? So you don't always want to make them go to the highway systems. But it can help at certain times. And there we go. So this is the thing, because you can't have the back and forth road, you got to really filter it through, which makes it can make it more difficult, but it seems to be working. It seems to be working. Okay, so let's get some more industry down. We'll go for some industry on this side. And then we'll do some more buffer of commercial before we do more residential. So let's get some commercial in these little pockets. And then we'll do some over here. Then everything up and around it will be residential. So it's going great so far. We'll do some more infrastructure now, get some more residential around all this. And the city is set up to a certain extent. We'll then see what issues start to arise. The other side of the city kind of semi-designed. So let's get some more residential down now. So the bulk of the traffic is now cleared. So we're going to bring back even more traffic. Of course, with zoning more residential. So let's get some of it more in now. We might get some more industry, and I don't know if I want to push the boundaries, but the traffic, we're now starting to see where the traffic is lying. There's a lot just here, just up there, and coming out of here as well. So I can start to see the characteristics now of the city and how it's going to be playing out. So let's get some more commercial now. We'll get some now high density commercial in as well. When we start educating the folks and the peeps and the whatnots. Let's get some in there. And then again, just use it simply as the buffer zone. There we go, get this area done. And then we'll get some offices in while it's then remaining. Boom. Okay, so that's pretty much all the zoning we want to do. We're starting to see some garbage issues already arriving to us. We've got 100 vehicles out, but I assume they just can't get to where they need to get to because of the one-way system. Or it could just be solely down to the traffic. Now, we've just put down a ton of residential and a ton of commercial and industrial zoning again. So this is really going to now bring in a ton of vehicles. We had problems slightly before we added in the additional zoning. Now it's only going to get a whole lot more crazier. So this is going to be interesting. Okay, right. So what I'm seeing is the outlet road around here is this one. And it gets used. It gets used really, really well. So let's try and think of how we can then filter these into multiple lanes. I mean, I could go to the... Which one is it now? The advanced vehicle options. It's not that one. This one, the traffic management. Gameplay, realistic speeds, enable advanced UI, and then dynamic selection. Does that, how much does it change? Okay, so now they're going to use multiple lanes from what I can see. So that might filter traffic a little bit more. So if I designated these to be certain lanes, and then the outer one is the one that you kind of continue to go around on, that should then start to change how they approach this roundabout. Hopefully is what I'm trying to say right now. So we'll see what happens. They've all got to switch their lanes now because there wasn't all in the right lane before I then interrupted them. Oh, we got some power issues. So the power issue is going to be because the garbage is not collecting enough. I don't know. I mean, it's got over 1,000 megawatts. So what seems to be the issue? Not quite sure what the issue is with that. We'll just give it time to kind of catch itself up. That's literally what it could be. There's a lot of traffic now trying to come into this area. So this is where we now need to start thinking of ways in which we can improve the traffic flow. So when it comes to this then, and with the power of our one-way roads, we're going to use these slip roads. And we're going to come back here. And let's page that up to there. And then this one, we bend it down to there, and we just simply want these to be connected up. So vehicles coming round to go down there can then go over the flyover and simply get to where they need to go. Just like that. Beautiful. And they should start to use it. We should see them start to use it. Obviously some of them are in the wrong lane at the moment. But for every vehicle that goes on the flyover is one less vehicle going around the roundabout, if that makes sense. And we can apply that logic to many over here. This has still got no power. We're producing more than enough. So why don't I get a second garbage area set up? And we'll get this set up. Well, we'll kind of squeeze it in. Yeah, just there. It's in the industrial area still. It's the second one set up to collect more garbage and produce more power, hopefully. So that is now doing the job. People are flying over. Easy, mate. Right, is there traffic lights here? There is. Let's get rid of those. Is the traffic still coming? There's still vehicles merging in, so we're going to see a lot of issues still arise. Now, some of the vehicles that want to go around, are they going out? Because where are these ones that are coming out right now? Where are you going? You're going, okay, up and around. Where are you heading to? Up and around. So a lot of them are just going in that direction. Nice. So we'll just keep an eye on it. So we've got a huge backlog on the roundabout. Oh, that's another thing too, yeah. Because obviously they're going to come out, they're going to want to go around to come back down this way. So that now answers the question to this. If I then did something like bend that round to there, but then we merge these or upgrade this into 2 lanes. And then can I do some junction restrictions where, yeah, they don't back up. And then that should then take some burden off that roundabout as they go up to turn round to go back down. Like, it's already cleared the roundabout. That's crazy in itself. Now the same thing would be happening over here too, as well. So let's first bring out this road like this, and then we'll get a road up here to kind of go down. That itself will go across, but then we're going to want off this a road that goes round there. Now will that get used as well? So a few vehicles will use it. I'm not sure if all of them will, because it's the same kind of thing here. They could want to go down here to go around to go back up, if that makes sense. And we'll have some vehicles coming down here that want to cross over. So this is where all the tunnels and the fun stuff come into play right now. So let's make an underground tunnel up here. Now if I bring it up to there and then just merge it slightly out of there, trying to not create too many junctions on the highway. And we just to see then how many people then use that road. That would be quite cool to see, wouldn't it? So I'll just send a vehicle go under, it's going to pop back up now and off he goes. Beautiful. This is taking some pressure off this roundabout. That one's completely cleared. What's going on over here? Ah, the same thing's going to happen over here too. It's going to happen on every roundabout. I'm acting like I'm surprised. Right, page up. Right, I'm going to treat this one as a bulkier one. Oh, I really don't like what I've done here. There we go. Just somewhat of a curve we've added on. But that's now going to make the vehicles fly over and stop interrupting the people entering the city. So every new vehicle now might use it, but then we're also going to get the ones who want to do the U-turn. So we just take these guys off there. And that should do that. And then if we did one... I mean, it's not perfect, but it should be functional to take the burden off that roundabout of everyone coming out of this area. Because then really the only reason why you would want to enter that roundabout is to leave the city at this point. Which I'm viewing it and it looks like that is now what is happening. Smooth, Zodiac. Smooth moves, boy. And we've eased that roundabout. So this one's now looking bulky as well. So for the ones I want to go straight over, we'll also add our new technique. Let's get that coming off there. So our brand new technique, boys. The flyover, we call it, which is probably his actual name. Again, everybody who wants to go straight over will just hit these and then go off they go. Every vehicle that uses it is one less on the roundabout. But a lot of them do want to enter this area anyway. So if we now do some lane dedication and say this is only that turn. This is only that turn. And then that lane goes to there. And then this is only that turn. And this is only that turn. So we're trying to make them use multiple lanes. So you gotta be... There's 4 lanes that can only go in certain directions, which changes the approach and how you enter this area now. Let's take the traffic lights off there. So it really changes the approach you now make what you enter this place at. And just look at the spread when we've cleared the roundabout almost. We're geniuses, boy. We are geniuses. Very impressed. Roundabout cleared. So they all look to be working just well. The only issue we got now is the services can't get to where they need to get to. So death is becoming a huge issue right now. So in every little area, in every little spot, let's place down a crematorium. There we go. It was very expensive to buy both of those, but they are very high capacity crematoriums, which should serve the area fairly well. Right, should we get the park in the middle now then? And we can use that as the way of people can walking around to get them away from using vehicles. And if we do that, and then we save up enough money, we can add in a subway system. So he says. Right, let's do that then. Let's actually now zone a park area. Let's go for the big paint park. I'm gonna just kind of splodge it. I'm gonna over spill it because you just never know where you're gonna need it. And where is it? City Park. We'll start with the pass first and how we get over the highway. So let's do a crossing there. Crossing there. A crossing there. So 3 crossings there. We'll do a crossing here. 1 here. 1 there. 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 We'll do 1 there. There. Oh, hit 1 up just here. So there we go. There's all the crossings. We'll connect them in the middle now. So let's page it down. Alright, connect these up. Bring that down. Right, there we go. They're all connected there now. beautifully. And then we just do the same over here. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, boys. And then we'll add all the gates in. I'm just trying to find the easiest way to like walk to certain areas. Oh, what happened here? That wasn't good, was it? And let's find the easiest ways to walk to certain areas. And that solves that. And then we just got to sort them out on the other side. Now, to do that, well, first, though, we'll place down the gate entrance there. And then place one on each side. So we'll have... Why won't that go down? Oh, wrong type of side gate. There. Drop it there. We'll kind of go around at each side. There. 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 Here. One there. One there. That's all of it. So now we want to pretty much connect up these paths. So it's not going to be beautiful. It's just going to be for simple functionality. And where did I place this entrance? Aha, just here. There we go. There's one over here somewhere. There we go. There's a couple over here now. What happened to the bridge? What happened to my freaking bridge, boys? Whoa, what's going on with my bridge? It's killing my bridge, man. Right, there we go. Oh, the same thing happened here. It's that road anarchy thing as well. It kind of destroys a lot of things. Make sure I haven't done it in other places. Oh, we're already getting the dinglings for the park area. Because people are using it already. It was just this side here, wasn't it? So let's bring that down. Right, so it's already ding-a-linging. We're already seeing lots of people use it, as you can now see right now, which generates more money, which we're only using the money from the park that we're now getting to fund our subway system. That's pretty much what we're going to do. So let's now decorate it with a wilderness. Ooh, palm trees. A wilderness of trees right now. Brush size nice and big. Let's get these trees dotted around. But we're going to do one of my personal favourite things to do is get the big boy trees down. This really brings a city to life. There we go. I'm overpainting it. Just for the sake of it. Literally just for the sake of it, I'm overpainting it. But there we go. Brings it all to life. Makes it look nice and beautiful. It is kind of crazy, isn't it? It is. Damn, boy. Damn. Can I turn clouds off? I always forget. Clouds. Is there shadows? Is there a way to turn clouds off? Film grain amount. Is that so I can make it a little bit more clear? Depth. No. I think. Does anyone know how to turn the clouds, the kind of the filter that's on it? Don't know how much you can see that. I don't know. Let's keep it like this anyway. Okay, so we're getting the money then, because again, what it's doing is reducing people walking. Well, people able to walk to and from areas reduces the amount of vehicles now on the road. Reducing the amount of vehicles on the road means there's more room for service vehicles to go to where they need to go. This is actually going pretty well. 12,000 we're making off the park alone. So let's throw some spanners in the works, as the saying goes. Let's get. Should we go for a cargo hub? Yeah, why not? This is what we're going to use to export goods in the area. So we've got to find a way in which we can get vehicles to this, and of course out. So I don't know if that's the perfect way to go around doing it. Because the vehicles are going to come out and want to cross over to go that way. It's one of those things. I don't know where I think I'm going to have to flip the roads around It all depends on the ins and outs of what it's going to want to do. How far away is it? There's going to be ages before a boat arrives. But we'll see what happens. That itself is going to cause a lot of traffic in this area. It really is. But we'll play the waiting game. We'll see what happens with that. Right, is the city crying for any issues? What's all the issues over here? Not enough workers. Oh, really? Okay. Right, anyway, what we're going to do anyway is get some schools down. Because that is then going to start to bulk up in certain places. So I'll place a ton of schools down now, start to build up some education. We should get some upgrades for the buildings, then it will bring more people to the area. Let's turn out 100% uneducated to as close as 0 as possible. So all the educational buildings now are starting to trigger upgrades, which is now increasing the city growth and the population. We've got nearly 500 million in the bank. Population is now growing, which is now starting to bring more traffic issues. So this is the point where, and the final thing I want to add in is a very basic subway system. So yeah, we've created the park, which they can use to cut through, which a lot of them are doing. And it's making us 30,000 a week, which is crazy money. And that's good if you want to get from here to here or there to there. But what about a good transport network? If we can handle that, it will reduce the pedestrians walking across the park, but it'll also, you know, enable more people to travel, thus reducing more traffic. Hopefully. Hopefully, he says. So let's give that a go, because we've got a load of issues now starting to arise. So let's see if we can kind of solve this. So I'm going to do like quite a few little stops now. Quite a few little stops every so often. It just kind of follows the main big filtered road going through. A load of stops so we can get as many people on this subway system as possible. And then we have one over here, and that should all be good. So let's hook this all up. We'll create our loop. And we'll do 2 loops back and forth. And see how this turns out. There we go. So we'll start here. And because the whole city is built around, almost around this whole road that the kind of subway line is linked to, this should really benefit. We should be able to reach everybody to enable them to travel on the subway line. And I might use some of the advanced vehicle options to increase how many passengers can go on a train if we start to see it, well, we see a lot of people trying to get on and use it. So we'll give that a go. So drop all these down. There we go. 2 complete lines now all set up and running. And that's really going to change things then. I mean, the big thing you will see is the dip in income that we're going to get from the park. That'd be kind of interesting to see that just disappear. So it was at 30,000. It's gone down to 28,000 roundabout now. And it's just dropped down to 11,000. Oh, wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. So we won't earn it back in fares because we can't charge $40 a ticket to go on a train. But it's turning a profit anyway. It is turning a profit. How many people are waiting at the stops then? So let's go to, where's public transport here? Okay, right, let's pick this one for example. So I feel like, okay, so it's already using some of the modded trains that I have installed, which is good. Is the other one taking advantage of that? Yeah, it is. So I don't feel like I need to mess around with it too much then. It should do the job. Perfect. Okay. So, population expanding. Education increasing. Yes. Only 52% now uneducated. So, the higher educational jobs can be taken up. Right, I'm just kind of glancing around. I'm seeing a lot of high traffic flow over here. And there's really not much we can do about that because that's only one outlet in that area. But is there anything we can do to kind of filter it a lot easier, a lot smoother? I honestly feel like no, there isn't, because that is the only outlet road there, to be honest. We could try and do it like, well, I got an idea anyway, is to have these roads here. Whoa, look at the amount of people just came out the subway. Go that way. These roads go this way. And then all the other roads turn into here. Just for the sake, right, because I don't want them to go any other way. Just for the sake of it continually flow. It can continue to flow. No stoppages, because what I'm going to do... Man, we've seen a lot of people crossing, aren't we? As no crossing, no crossing, no crossing, no crossing. You can back yourselves up to get the traffic flowing out. So once that's filtered around, they're all going to remain in these 3 lanes and then filtering. They can switch lanes as they drive up. But I'm hoping you can really keep the traffic. Look at that subway. The amount of people that just came out of that is unreal. So everyone's going down to here, but everyone's like in the wrong lane dictation at the moment. So we're going to give it a couple of minutes for it to sort itself out. And why don't I kind of get rid of the junction restrictions on this one as well. So keep the traffic flowing through there, so just get rid of the bulk of this. And hopefully that filters everyone out just a little bit. It looks a lot smoother now, doesn't it? It looks a lot smoother. We've got some issues over here. So when I sort this out, or how can I sort this out? Because the vehicles coming down here that want to go down to that area. They also want to filter down into that area too. So let's also try and do something cool with this. So let's try and get it with these 3 lanes. And we'll use that one to go that way. So if we can stop them from merging, it stops them from slowing down other traffic. Right? Right, guys? We'll find out now. If I kind of make them pick their lanes before they get here. This will be the tough one. It's doing it underneath here now. Can I do it from... Okay, right, it might be manageable from this side. Ooh, it's going to be quite difficult to see what we're doing. Right, boom. Boom. And for the sake of that, we'll make that one go that way. Alright, I'll keep it like that. It should flow, right? And they're merging over here too, so let's make sure they're in the correct lane before they approach. Oh, are they trying to merge there? How? Alright, it's causing some backup over there now. Alright, let me get these lanes set up. Okay. Right, so they've got certain lanes they now need to be in to do that whole turn. It is chaotic, but they're going back in on themselves. It's like a big loop we've created here. There's not a lot we can do or get away with. There really isn't. So what if I was to create, just for the purpose of this, a road that comes off here and went connected down there. So it fills into here if you wanted to go round and in. I don't know if anybody would use that. But also a road that came off here and then down into there. Just to try and ease this whole roundabout situation. It's like I've created like a branch of trees spilling out right now. So would anybody use these 2 new roads? Okay, we've got 2 vehicles going down it. We might see them start to use it now. The more vehicles I can get to use it, the less goes on that roundabout. That's how we want it to work. There is some using it, so there is some benefit to having it in. It does bring some benefit. Now, a lot of them are coming in to do that turn and go down a bit more. So they might start... Yeah, okay. A lot of them are now starting to use it, as you can now see. So the lanes... The AI is being updated, pretty much. So that's pretty sweet. That's pretty cool to see. We do have... I mean, you can't solve everything. It is a complete and utter one-way system hell. But if we can try and ease it as much as possible, then that is good in my eyes, right? We have 38,000 population right now. We're closing in on 40,000. So just the more people that get here, the more people is going to be causing traffic issues. But that's really helped out the roundabout now. It's not backing up. We've got a slight back up here and there. Let's get rid of some of the traffic lights in these areas. So you can see one there. There's one there. So that should help it flow through. There's one there as well. That should help it flow through, and then the backlog is now gone. It just brings the backlog to another area. Wow, we got gridlock over here. That's crazy. But to some extent, it's working. We got a lot of death going on now. So let's see what we can do about getting rid of that. So let's drop these in general areas. So hopefully that goes and collects the dead bodies right now. Oh, how is this handling things? So vehicles come off, and okay, so they go down there and spin back on. We're not seeing too many vehicles get off that, which is, I suppose it's okay to a certain extent, but it is what it is. We've got a lot of traffic over here, which over time it should, because we solved some of these issues now over here. This is just where the backlog is. Once it flows through, we should be all good. It's just we just got to allow it to flow through. That's pretty much what we got to do. Because when this little build up here goes, these can all flow through as well. We're slowly getting there. Slowly but surely, progression is taking place right in front of our eyes. And I think that's where the majority of the traffic now lies. I know we've got a lot of death, but let's see where the traffic is. So yeah, it all comes around this area, which we're now just trying to filter all out into various areas and routes, which is not too bad. We've got 3,000 people using the subway. So is that, how much profit is that making? 3,000 a week. 4,000 a week in profit. Okay, let's just round up to 4,000. No, 3,500. Okay, 4,000. Well, I'm calling it 4,000. That's good enough for me. A lot of people are using it, which is really great. How much is that? Okay, that's taken a huge dip. It was making 30,000, now we're making 2,000. That took a huge dip, but I'm not surprised because the subway does do a lot of things. But for the most part, it works. It has its issues, it has its problems that are really difficult to solve, but for the most part, you can create a fully functional one-way road city. Like, you can. It brings up a whole new world of issues, but as long as you plan it right and you have these one-way loops like we've created with the highways and the actual physical road going around it, so the one going around it that cuts in every so often, you can do it. I mean, maybe I shouldn't have dropped down the industry on the outlet road, because that causes a lot of issues as well. Like how this one was placed further back, it disperses into two areas because there's an outlet there and an outlet there. This industry is perfectly placed. That one probably wasn't. So you gotta have a lot of planning in it, but it worked pretty well. So I think we're gonna end it for here, guys. Hope you did enjoy this little experiment. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So goodbye.